So today I've got a special guest. Oh, he's here.
Hey, Super
Hey,
Nate.
how's it going, Kevin? Hey, so he's came all the way from Atlanta. He just happened to be in Tokyo now. So we wanted to make some content together because we both do Wing Chun and JKD. He has a lot more grappling sides of Wing Chun where he applies it in his jiu-jitsu. And I do a lot more of the striking and like kickboxing kind of stuff. And I apply most of my Wing Chun. I try to get to the trapping range as much as possible and find ways to get there from JKD, bridging and using forward pressure and all kind of stuff. And you were telling me earlier about how you would use grappling, use it in grappling more or in clenching, right?
Correct.
And stuff. Yeah.
Correct. So the way I apply Wing Chun is technically what we used to call like a hand fighting position, where I feel like because Wing Chun's already targeting primarily in the trapping range, which technically applies to grappling, why not go ahead and put that into grappling range as well? Now instead of going striking, trapping, I go from trapping to grappling direct. Right. Which fits better for me because I love grappling. And it really blends well.
Yeah. So interesting things, like we were trying a few things. For example, like just from this hand position, the reference point, we call it the bridging, right? So like when someone pulls the hand, they can punch right away. So usually when I get someone's arm there, I'll hook it with the finger grip here, and then I'll pull, and then I'll go into the straight shot, whap, whap, like that. So right when they jab, let's say they jab, boom, I'm going right there, right? So, but that can be used against me too, right? So if they get top position, they can hit me now, right? So I need a solution for this. So if they get me easily with this, boom, I have to roll this hand right away, and now I'm on the outside again. So I use the bong style. We're trying to create this frame here, and he's gonna be pushing against this a little bit, and I'll feel I'll have the sensitivity. And if I want to, when I want to, I can open the door, and now I can grab into a lob style, or I can even let it pass. Like they just go, and I'm already there, and I can continue to fire with these hands.
That's cool.
So sometimes stay in boxing kind of mindset, roll it, and then straight into it. So sometimes we stay non-connected, and sometimes we stay connected with the arms. Now we're connected to the hands because they start to give me contact, right? Sometimes they give. Go ahead.
It kind of depends on the range that I'm giving with the pressure.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on the pressure and if I can stick or not. If I can't stick, I'll go back to kind of a boxing.
That's cool.
If I can stick, I'll go into trapping and try to pressure and double hand chop if I can. Because sometimes they'll block with this one, and then I can go into the pox style depending on where I see it, right? So this time he's got a lot of space here because he's doing a pox on more center line. So my hand to cross over would take more, and he could hit me back because I'm crossing my line. So I'd better going straight over like that. But a lot of people who do a lot, if they get hit a few times, like bam, they get hit, then they'll over pressure, exactly. So when they get hit a few times with this one, then they want to over block, and now this is the position. See, I have this one right there. Easier to do than going the other way, which now I've got to go all the way on the inside. And this is a bad position. I can't really push his arm that way.
Because now you open this him back up.
Exactly. So it really depends. Sensitivity of trapping, you have to train it. It's a contact reaction type of thing. Yeah.
I agree. I think because Wing Chun helps, it focuses so much more on sensitivity. It almost blends so well once your body's in this range.
Yes.
And I tell people the same thing, is that if you grab my arm, even though you grabbing me, it doesn't mean that you have the control. Because once our bodies are connected, we all have control. It's just who's better at things. True. Right? Yeah. So if you grab both of your hands, it's interesting when we talk about hand fighting position. In wrestling, we'll do this, right? But in sort of Wing Chun terms, I can sort of cross like that. Look at that position. And that's the same thing when we talk about Simmental. Yeah. Same position. So I just kind of do this. Wow. Now the body opens. I can go for inside double or outside double. That's cool. Right? Nice. In the same position, I can do cross arm because all I'm doing is fighting for the tiny little grip right here. So in catch wrestling, a lot of times we'll say, if I can capture the arm, turn my hand like this, I can release that grip. But that's the same thing if I go like this, I use your hand to kind of overpass the hand. Now once I'm here, so I can shoot through. Now I have a position to block the leg. That's cool. But it's just the concept of doing this, which is interesting. Why do you do this? I don't know. Now you don't say, look at that position. Wow. It's the same thing. That's the same. That's exactly the same. That's same setup. And most of the time, when I talk about that, I say this is helping you to find the center line and crossing, right? That's what I first learned too. So we learned the same thing. But then that's a really good application for it. It specifically looks exactly like it. Right? Just this. Yeah, just nothing different. And the same thing with this. Because now if you cross the arm, look at the position there. Because my hand can go here, but if you try to reach back out to me, now my hand can come back this way now. I see. Reshoot the body. And we were talking about earlier the bong style.
Yeah.
My bone saw, sometimes I'll use a hand if you have the hand control. When you start shooting the hand on me, look at that. I
Wow.
deflect it. Now once the hand body's here, I check. So I'll check the elbow, step. Now
Yeah, I'm
I
in a
have
very
a position.
compromised position with the footwork, because now that corner is where you're going to, right?
Yeah, I'm shooting
that
for your
side.
weaker base.
Weaker
right
base,
there.
yeah.
So that's how I use my bone saws when they control over that position. Now if you want to do this, I can still go
Right.
back to the head or shoot in for a double.
Awesome. Wow.
It's almost like same thing how you do it, but in different range.
Yeah, and that's when someone has both hands grabbing on the outside, right? So they're trying to hand fight this way.
Yeah, because it's not hand fight, because you're trying to reach my neck.
Yeah, I'm trying to reach your neck.
But now my bone saw is here.
And it stops.
Right? If my hand happens to be on top, I can't. Now I'm have to be careful, because if I do the same thing, you can roll.
I
my
can
hand.
roll your hand, right? And I can go into.
And-
I'm using striking, but you would roll it into grabs
Yeah.
like that, right?
And a lot of people, they'll do this too. Like if your hand's on top, if you try to reach my neck, they'll try to go up. But the downside with this
I
is,
can go under.
yes,
Yeah, I can
now
reach
you
this.
create a
Or I can
space
go
right here for
underneath
dunk. Yes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's why I choose to go to bone saw when you reach. Now at least my hand here blocks.
I can't go through anymore.
Yeah, instead of me doing this type of
And
motion,
then I can go through now, yeah. Correct. Yeah.
that's how I apply my bone saw.
Oh,
And
wow.
sometimes bone saw means to tie the hand.
Yeah.
It's tying hand. So I also apply the bone saw in clenching position. I'll go like that. So now my bone saw's on top of you. When you try to elbow me, with an elbow, so
Oh, then it's stuck, yeah.
you get stuck.
Yeah.
So you can do up elbow, straight up, horizontal.
Then horizontal, yeah.
You can't do it.
Right.
If you try to go around me, then
Oh, then you're gonna, you'll beat me to it.
And the funny part is, at first I didn't learn this from catch wrestling, but it's so similar. If my hand is here, look that position.
Wow.
It's the same thing.
the
It's
same
a
thing.
bone saw, but it's kind of
Technically,
stuck
it's a bone
under.
so shucked, right? Going
Yeah,
underneath,
I just got duck under,
Yeah,
and now I have a
okay.
shot for the body.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing when I'm trying to hand fight you. My hand's here.
Yeah.
Now I have an option for left or right, so I can push this way. Now I shoot. My body's on the outside.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It's interesting how everything combines, but in different aspects.
Yeah, and it's really cool how you found ways to apply the Wing Chun into the grappling.
I love
more.
Wing Chun and grappling.
Yeah,
'Cause
and it
to
makes
me-
sense.
yeah.
Like you said, it's on the ground, no one can move. Like that's the hard part for me is I gotta get someone against a wall, or I've gotta hold this arm so they can't move it, or like we're talking about step on the foot, maybe.
Yeah, step on the foot.
is one way to stop the person from getting away. But if they don't stay in this range, I can't trap. It's really
Yes.
difficult. I can't forward pressure because all you have to do is move back. If
Yep.
yes, that's all. Once they're moved back, then there's nothing I can do. There's no contact. It gets
Yeah.
weak. It weakens the contact, and I don't have that tension anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like grappling is such, like Wing Chun is so easy to apply to grappling if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you're technically in a immobilized position. Difference is with standing, there's a wall behind me, versus me laying on the ground, now there's a wall behind you.
Yeah.
So
right.
when I frame against people, it's the same Wing Chun concept. Elbow position, your framing structure, your shoulder alignment, your body structure, it's all the same. The difference is I'm doing it this way versus on the ground.
And that's good because also we use less energy in striking because of the way we frame and we move our body more with the more mechanical advantage.
Correct.
So that means you can last longer in grappling.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
You don't. If you try to muscle through things, you get tired faster.
Yeah.
But if you just kind of relax your body, use more structure and frame, you actually preserve more energy.
And they're trying to fight your frame, and they're fighting the frame, which is actually using more energy for them.
Yeah. And I'm actually connected to the ground, so now all my structure and alignments towards the ground. When you fight against me, you're actually fighting the ground.
Yes, you're pushing the ground, which is useless completely. You're wasting energy, basically.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. That's how I apply my Wing Chun. Basically.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Thank you. That's
my
awesome.
pleasure. Yes.
Thank you very
sir.
much.
Thank you.
See you guys next time. Take care.